Okay, in this video we're going to go through something a little experimental. I'm going to show you how you can actually 3D print on top of a t-shirt. Okay, for those of you who follow me on Twitter, you know that I printed this a while ago. I actually printed this shirt about 6 months ago, and I wanted to show you how durable this thing still is. You can see that all of the print, there's no glue or anything like that on this. It still holds up well, and even on the inside, you can kind of see there's no melting at all on any of these things. So it's really easy to peel off if you want to reuse the shirt, and this is just a nice way to go about this. So let's go ahead and show you how we do this. One of the most tricky things is making sure you have some clips to hold down your shirt. You can kind of see I use some pretty strong clips, and I just used the clips directly on the bed to hold these things down. My biggest fear was that I was going to light my shirt on fire. As you can see, that didn't happen. The one thing you have to do is when you are leveling, you want to make sure that you leave a small gap above your shirt. You want to make sure that the nozzle is not pressing down on the shirt. Otherwise, you can seriously damage your shirt. After all, your nozzle does get about 500 degrees, so you want to make sure it's not too close. Okay, we're going to talk some best practices really quickly. First of all, on this was my first attempt printing this way. And I will say, if you look at this, this is probably a little too tall in terms of the height of the print. You can print any print that you want to use, but I recommend kind of printing them a little bit smaller. The reason I say that is a lot of times you'll hear these things kind of clinking together, and that's because they're as thick as they are. The one thing I would probably also tell you is when you're testing this out, when you're done, obviously you're going to have the little line that it prints, that little shell that goes around there. That peels off, and you can kind of see from this, I've peeled that off. There are no issues at all with that. Stated earlier, here's that shell, and there's our finished product. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this. This is really not too difficult at all. Just make sure that you clamp your shirt down really good. Make sure you have a gap between your nozzle and your shirt, and have fun printing.